There is something that if you have this one thing in your music career, above all else, you will succeed. What is going on? It's Pimp Fried Rice, and thank you for joining me in the Music to Millions podcast. We're going to be talking about all the different tools and resources needed for you rappers to succeed independently without waiting on a record label. And today I want to talk about mindset. What better time to talk about mindset than in a time when you feel like the world is going crazy, everybody's on lockdown with quarantine, and on top of that, Trump actually just extended it another 30 days, which is insane because today's what? March 30th today, and it just got extended to April 30th, which is crazy because we're, stuck in our houses and everything like that. So crazy times. But that's why I wanted to talk about mindset, because if you have the right mindset, no matter what happens, it could be the end of the world, it could be the best situation possible, but if you have the right mindset, then you are going to come out of that situation on top. And so basically mindset is just how you look at each situation in your life. So that could be if you have a family member that dies, it could be that you broke your arm, it could be that you won the lottery. Like I said, it's not always a bad thing. It's a good or a bad thing. It's just the way you look at circumstances. But it's super important to have a positive mindset because, believe it or not, if you always are constantly putting negative things out into the world, like you're saying, I'm never going to be successful, or every other rapper gets their credit except for me, nobody actually gives a fuck about my music, nobody cares. That's not true. But if you put that energy out into the world, that's how people are going to perceive you. That's how people are going to perceive your music, as just the guy who's always complaining, who's always negative. And to be honest, they may be okay with you for a while, but nobody wants to deal with a negative person long term. I know I don't. I actually get very annoyed with negativity pretty quickly because I'm on the positive end of the spectrum myself. At least I try to be for the most part. Because like I said, everything is not always perfect. It's just about trying to be as close to perfect as possible, and having the right mindset helps to get you there. So with mindset, it's not an overnight thing. Don't think just one day you're going to be like, you know what? I want to have a good mindset and go. And the whole brain flips the switch. I wish it worked like that. It did not. It does not. I'm still constantly, every single day, trying to improve my mindset personally. You're going to fall even once you feel like, okay, I'm starting to be a more positive person. I'm starting to look at things on the bright side. I'm starting to really look for the opportunities in every situation. There's still going to be times where you're like, I feel depressed, I feel upset. Things are going to hit you in a wave and you're just going to be like, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to do. And that's perfectly fine. I still get like that. There are still days where I'm sitting in my car and I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be successful. And it's not that I believe that in my heart, because I don't. I believe in my heart that I'm going to be as wildly successful as I want to be, which is how I know that I'm going to be, because I'm also working towards it, which we'll cover in later episodes, is just as important. You can't just think about being successful, though that is the most important thing to start with. You actually have to work towards being successful and get yourself out there. So basically, just switch your mindset, look for the opportunity and everything. So like right now, with us being on quarantine and being locked in our homes, basically you have a whole bunch of free time now that you did not have before. You probably can't go to school, can't go to your job, you can't hang out with friends. So now what are you doing with that free time in order to make the most of your time? Are you working on your music? Are you networking? Are you building content? That's super important. You got all this free time now. Go on TikTok, shoot 100 videos. You don't have to post them all today, but just stockpile content. Use this as an opportunity. Go live, have concerts on your phone. I've been seeing a lot of artists do that, which is a super awesome idea. I love seeing all of that. But just find the good in every situation. So don't look at this lockdown as, oh my God, it's the end of the world. We're not allowed to go anywhere. I may have had some shows that were canceled, because if you look at it like that, all you're going to do is you're going to sit there in your self-pity and you're going to wallow and you're just going to not get anything done. And that's not going to help you get any further in your music career. So switch your mindset. Look for the positive in every situation. And like I said, it doesn't happen overnight, but the more you do it, it's like a muscle. The more you work out that muscle, the stronger it gets, the better you get at using it, and the easier it gets to use it. Like, when I look at situations now that I looked at 5 years ago, my mindset towards them is completely different. And it's not because I do anything better now. I just look at the situations from a different perspective. Like, what is this situation trying to teach me? Or what is this situation trying to push me towards or show me? And something that actually helps me as well is somebody told me that every 3 months in your life something bad happens, and every 6 months something like detrimental, crazy, life ending happens. Like a family member dies, you go broke, something crazy. So if you look at life from that perspective and you know bad things are going to happen, you never really get caught off guard and are like, holy shit, the world's ending, because you know things happen. You got to roll with the punches. You got to make the most out of every situation. So, with all that being said, switching your mindset, getting your thoughts right, thinking about situations from a positive light, I actually do have a challenge for you. If you guys have been following my Instagram, you've seen this already. Excuse me, I actually need a drink real quick. I'm trying to do this one-handed and hold my camera. Love starting my morning with some green tea. Alright, so there is a challenge that I have that also comes with a free beat pack, because I want to keep you inspired with all this free time that you have. So if you go to my Instagram, you go to my website, anything like that, the links are all over. It is the Quarantine Beat Bundle, and you get 5 free beats. You can use them for whatever you want. Go download those now. Go start making some music, because make the most out of the time that you have. Excuse me, my throat's tickling. It's not Corona though, I promise. But yeah, I actually put together a challenge with those beats as well. And if you make a song or freestyle on one of those 5 beats, send it back to quarantinerapchallenge@gmail.com. Before, I was going to say April 3rd was the deadline, but now with the quarantine being extended, I'm probably going to push that back a week or two. So the deadline's still up in the air, but just get that submitted back as soon as possible. You could actually win a free custom beat from me and a shout out on my Instagram. So that's just a little challenge I put together to kind of, like I said, help you to make the most out of this weird time. Don't just sit on your ass. Have a great rest of your day. Try to change your mindset and, make the most out of it.